Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I just did my daughter's wedding, and boy, did we have a cutting of the wedding cake fail. But that's okay because laughter is good medicine, and we had our fair share of laughters. In fact, I think that we will be laughing about this for years. So go ahead and watch this video with me, and then we're going to talk about what we can maybe learn from this experience too.
Can you see him? Yeah.
Okay, so you see my face, that's me, horrified because I was running to catch the cake and I couldn't catch it. But you know what? It's a good thing I didn't catch it, okay? Because it would have been all over me. In fact, I guess the video would have been even more funny had I actually caught the cake. So you see me, I've got my head in my hands and I'm like, oh. And the thing is I'm like, oh no, I didn't catch it. But I'm also just like laughing because I'm like, oh, this is not happening at the wedding, right? So in this wedding, there had been a lot of little glitches, okay? The wrong tent showed up, not enough poles for the tent. There were people forgetting things at key times for the wedding, a groomsmen who didn't have certain pieces of their ensemble, and, you know, and other people that made us late to the luncheon, and, you know, just all these little things. It was just like, and you really, when you plan a wedding, you have to prepare for, well, you're going to have a lot of things that go wrong. There will also be a ton of things that go right. And truly, that day was a beautiful day. But this last blunder, when they're feeding each other the cake, and you can tell they're not planning on eating any of the cake. I mean, my son-in-law, he doesn't even open his mouth. He just stands there and lets her jam it at his face because they knew they were going to do the face smashing thing. They wanted to. It was consensual. And when they hit the table and the cake went over and everything, and they didn't even know what was happening because they have a face full of frosting, right? That was like finally the end. And I could have cried or I could have laughed, but everybody just laughed. It was like, wow, and then laugh. So what happened right after? I wish I had a video of it. I wish I had a video of what was going through my mind at the time, because there were key things going through my mind that I feel like are beneficial if you're ever planning a wedding, or honestly, just putting on any event or doing anything for anybody else. You need to be able to expect that certain things might not go perfectly, and you need to be ready to handle them if they don't. So what was going on in my mind and what happened next? Let's talk about that. Before we talk about that though, click the subscribe button now. There's so many great things on this channel related to you governing yourself, having good communication, good relationships. There's some other reaction videos of when I was on a BBC documentary called The World's Strictest Parents years ago. So definitely look those up because those are fun to see as well. So subscribe now. All right, so what's going through my mind? The very first thought that went through my mind was, no, I didn't get it. I didn't catch it. I wanted to save it somehow. You know, we think the weirdest things. When we see something falling, we immediately think, catch it. We don't think, what is it, right? And then after I couldn't catch it, I was like, oh no, I didn't catch it. And then I went, oh, it's good I didn't catch it. That's a good thing. Finally, the truth hit me. I start laughing. Everybody else around me is laughing. You can hear it in the video. They're like, whoa, they're yelling because I think everyone felt that desire to catch it. Well, so then I think, okay, well, this is the perfect end to a day full of magic, beauty, and blunders, right? Because like I mentioned, we had a lot of little, you know, incidences. We had weather too to deal with. I didn't mention that when we had wind and rain and, you know, stuff like that we were dealing with too. And we had a major sickness that occurred. There were a lot of things that, you know, just kind of went wrong, but we just went with it because you have to. Once it's planned and it's the day, you've just got to go, right? So anyway, I sat there looking at the ground at this cake on the ground, on the grass. Beautiful cake. And there's something you should know about the cake. So my daughter has celiac disease, so we had a very special cake made. It was a gluten-free vegan cake, this beautiful lemon cake that was made from this very elite bakery, right? That makes like the best gluten-free stuff that you can have. So we've got this $400 cake on the ground. And I'm thinking to myself, what is she gonna eat? What are the other gluten-free people gonna eat? Because we have all these people with celiac disease in the family, and they were waiting for this cake. And I thought, if this was in my own kitchen and I paid $400 for this cake, I would pick it up and I would eat it. And so I actually went over to the ground. At first, I have to admit, I stood there and looked at the cake and thought, who's going to fix the problem? And then I realized, oh, I'm the mother of the bride. I have to fix the problem. I have to tell everyone what to do. So I just went over there. I picked up the base layer of the cake, which was the one that was the most in, and I put it back up on the pedestal on the thing. It had grasses sticking out of the side of it. And we cut off that bit of frosting that had the grass stuck in it. We were glad for the frosting. It was like a shelter for the cake, Anyway, and so we cut that off. And actually, my photographer, bless her heart, she jumps in and she starts serving the cake to everybody. She's like, this is no problem. This is great. Anyway, so then I pick up the top. You know how they're supposed to keep the top? Well, the top on this cake, if you notice from the video, it was this very pointy, it was like a sailboat, and then them on the sailboat kissing, and their names, because he's a sailor. And so it was very sharp. So when it hit the ground, it just mashed the whole top of the cake. So I pick up the top of the cake and I said, oh, here's your cake top. Do you want me to save it for you for your 1-year anniversary? And they looked at it and they looked at each other and they're like, maybe not. And I'm like, no, I'm totally saving it, And so I took a piece of it, whatever I could salvage, just stuck it in a bag and put it in the freezer, and I'm going to pull it out at their 1 year. Anyway, then they're going to get this beautiful piece. And so then the mid piece, I also, we cut off some of it and we just ate it. So the whole thing got eaten, and you know what? None of the guests were shy about it. I think they wanted to say, I ate cake off the ground at the wedding. Like, I think there was something about that made people like happy somehow inside. So anyway, it was really actually turned into, I think, almost one of the best memories from the day. So what could have been the worst, the most tragic, turned into the best. How in the world did that happen? Well, the way that everything changed was because of the skills that we possess and the mindset that we have. So in our family, we've always been a self-governed family. So because I teach parenting, and my parenting business is called Teaching Self-Government, and so we've constantly focused over the years on governing ourselves, which means that we understand the cause and effect of any given situation, and we possess a knowledge of our own behaviors, which means we can choose to be calm, we can choose to be connected and happy and fine if we want to. And so that's what we chose. We chose to accept a no answer. In fact, there was no answer after no answer that happened that day. And one of the 4 basic skills that I teach and that I taught my children was how to accept a no answer. And there's 4 steps to accepting a no answer. So you look at the person or the situation, you keep a calm face, voice, and body, and then you say, okay, it happened. Or you disagree appropriately with someone about it, if you can, and then you just drop the subject. You let it go. If you've said your piece about it in a calm way, if you could change it, or if you couldn't, you just go, fine, it's not gonna bother me anymore, and you just let it go. And so that's what we trained ourselves to do, was to just drop the subject. And at that point, everyone was able to see the circumstance in a whole new light, that actually this was a memory in the making, unlike any other, and we were going to enjoy every minute of it. And I'm so glad that my videographer was standing right there and caught it, and he caught me with my head in my hands going, this did not just happen. Because now we will always remember the emotion that happened and the surprised faces and cheers from the group. So accepting a no answer is a key thing that I hope that you can learn from this video, so that when you're planning your next event, that you can remember when things don't go exactly right, you can learn to accept a no answer. Now I have something else for you too, which I think will make a really big difference. Why is it that we don't often accept no answers? It's because we have certain expectations in mind. There are things that we hope will happen in any given situation, and if they don't occur, we allow ourselves to take them personally, emotionally. We get caught up in those emotions, and then we start destroying our own day. Make it so that we can't be happy, we can't be calm, and we can't be okay. So there is a class on this channel called The Expectation Trap versus the Cycle for Success. And this talks about how to use our expectations in a good way and not in a way that sabotages us again and again. And I think this might be helpful to you. So if you've enjoyed this video, click on the link to The Expectation Trap versus the Cycle for Success now.